All right, as for the mounting hardware, we have our brass posts that we purchased separately. You want to notice that they are actually two different sizes. If you hold them side by side, you'll see that they are indeed, while both the same height, one is a different diameter than the other. So your positive is going to be your big one, the negative is going to be the small one. All right, so what we're going to do is pretty simple. We're going to take the long bolt from our XS kit and the lock washer here, and then it's just going to go through the middle like that. Now to mount it to the battery, you've got these mounting blocks that come with the ATX30 battery. Those are going to slip into the side of the anti-gravity terminals, and then you've got your brass posts that are going to sit down on top of it, and they're simply going to thread in. All right, so let's do that. All right, so we're going to start by exposing the terminal. I've already got a block here, so we're going to just put that in the middle like that. We're going to take our small terminal, this one, and we're going to simply mount it up on top and thread it in. And then we'll take an Allen key and get it nice and snug. Okay, something else to show you guys. These are the this is the battery hold down that comes with the kit, and you can see that it's got some like ribs on the back, or like some pieces that are going to stick into these bottom side. That's how it stops moving. So these are adjustable length, and once they're in there, they kind of lock, right? So they don't move, which is awesome. So what I've found is that in handling, they come undone. So what I would recommend is finding the position that works well on the battery, and notice that with these standoffs, I still have enough room to get my finger underneath if in the event that I need to actually use the restart feature. So I've got it like I like it, and now I'm going to just take two zip ties and just zip tie them in place so that we don't lose the position again. 1, 2. Okay, awesome. Okay, the other thing that we can do is use these included plastic, we'll call them rails, and underneath you'll see that they have a little insert, I guess you would call it, so that if we were to drill a hole into our bracket, we could push these down into it. So we could do one on the front, we could do one on the back, and that would prevent any side-by-side motion of the battery. We probably won't need it. Maybe I'll try to stick in 1 or 2. We'll see how it goes. But for sure, we're going to use these J hooks, right? So basically what that's going to look like from the side view is that the hook's going to go down through this hole like this, and we're going to drill a hole on the battery tray, the existing battery tray, right around there. And that's going to pull up on it. As we tighten this down, it's going to keep the battery nice and snug. We'll have one of those on both sides, so the end result is going to look something like this while it's in the car. Of course, imagine the wing nuts here are all the way down and snug, but that's how the battery is going to sit in the car. Okay, so let's drill those holes and get it lined up. I know it's dark in here, I apologize, but what's pretty cool, hopefully this comes through, is that there's already on the battery panel, on the battery tray, a hole, or 2 holes rather, that we can use for the J hooks on the back side, right? And this is pretty much how I envision the battery sitting in here when we're done. So we've got it mounted. It's pretty much, the J bolt is pretty much vertical as it's going to sit. Now it's just a matter of drilling the holes down into the other side. So we can get a pretty good sense of how far apart they need to be. I'll go ahead and make a mark on the back side here so we can get like a little pilot hole drilled. I'm trying to get you guys the best view of this as I possibly can right now, but I've got my drill and I'm just going to go through All right, there's one hole. And now we'll drill another one off to the side, approximately the same distance as the other hole. So it looks like it's about a finger's gap apart. I think I'm going to just eyeball this one this time. Yeah, about a finger's distance apart this way. So I'm going to drill another one just off to the side, right there. And that should be all we need. Okay, battery's pretty much in. It's looking pretty good. One thing you may notice is that the J-hook bolts are kind of tall, and in order to be able to put the battery lid back on, we're going to need to trim those bolts an inch or so, maybe more. Okay guys, live and learn on this one. So I don't think I trimmed the stud quite enough. What you can see is that with the power terminal connected, let's go from the side. You can see that there's contact of the J-bolt stud, or J-bolt itself, with the power. Okay, I've discovered that might as well trim them both, right? So the correct length of both of these is going to be 8 inches on the dot. So I've trimmed these down from about 8.5, a little under 9 inches, down to 8, and these should be perfect. Try this again. Okay guys, final take, I hope. Lessons learned. Because of the length of the power cable, I could not have the battery positioned as outward as I originally had it with this plastic spacer. So instead, toss that spacer aside. You want to pull the battery as close to the inner side of the chassis as you can, and that'll give you enough room to get the power cable over to the terminal. So it's all tied down at the moment. I did have to trim the J-bolts down to 8 inches, and then when you slide this in, you want to push the tie down battery, this plastic piece on the top, I forget the name of it all of a sudden, push it all the way till it makes contact with the terminals in the back. At this point, we're ready to go ahead and apply our power. So I'm going to grab our power cable, slide it over, and now we have clearance that we need underneath of the plastic piece here. And I haven't tightened it down yet, but just to show you guys, next is ground. And there you guys have it. We now have power, as you can see with the light on in the trunk. And best of all, I know I haven't tightened it down yet, but I am confident that this tray will sit down flat. So very much a factory type of install, just using J-bolts instead of a tie down over the top. And who knows, maybe something like that could still potentially work out in the future. But it would have to be something that goes across the top here with a spacer, and they would have to leave room in the center there for that access to that restart button. So we're good.